the payphone, and I called Ruth. And she answered the phone, and so I says, she said she was kind of surprised to hear me, and my voice, and I said, when are we going to get married? She said, well, don't you think you'd better propose to me? I said, I already did a year and a half ago. She said, well, I just want to hear it again. So I said, all right, we'll be married. She says, come on home, everything's ready. So 4 days later, I was in Fort Lewis and then down to Portland, and the wedding was held that Sunday. So I've been married now for 65 years, and gotten along just fine, more or less. I'll tell you what, let's run through these slides, and I'll try and a picture's worth 1,000 words, so I think it would help a lot. I'm about to lose my voice anyhow. Let's see. Yeah, those are my favorite planes. The one in front is a fighter with Fusilli guns. The one in the back is a Oda Recon, and you can tell by the camera window there, as you see it here on the model. Go ahead, Greg.
Camera pictures right there. So.
Oh yeah, that's a J model that came into us, and it was the first J we got, and everybody had their name on their own planes, and that was all that was left. So this was assigned to me as my airplane, and I painted my wife's name on it, Noah Ruth. And she was an excellent airplane. The J model was everything that the G and the H models were. But unfortunately, she went to the invasion of the southern coast of France in August, and they had 2 other planes lined up along the runway, and some P-47 pilot came in all shot up and cartwheeled out through the whole bunch, and everything burned up, hot and all. So much for the Noah Ruth. There she is. That's high school graduation picture.
Flash.
Okay, next. Oh yeah. Okay, now this is my first mission. I don't have anything for it, but I'll get over here. This is Naples, and this is the Abbey of Monte Cassino. This is the Gustav line, or Edo River, and the fighting was going on there. So that when I got shot down, the plane landed on this side. The wind blew me across this side, and I landed on Mount Trocchio over here. And I shouldn't get my finger on it, should I? And that's where the Polish fellows found me. And that's Rome up there. I'll give you the next one if you want. Oh, that's the crew chief, this kid, of the plane that I got shot down in. That was 119, or Rosie's Roving Rascal. And he was broken up to lose his airplane. The crew chiefs treated their airplanes as though they were part of the family. I know that when I took the plane up, it was an avowed milk run, and so everybody took their beer ration, and which they had just received, and put it in the boom on the right boom of the airplane. And that way, on a short mission, when I got back, the beer would be ice cold, and they'd all have a party. Well, I didn't bring the plane back, and so the beer didn't get back. This fellow and a bunch of the other crews came in when I'm laying there in bed, all strapped up, could hardly see, lined up on the wall, and in unison they said, "Where's our beer?" And turned around and walked out. Oh, okay. Now, this is, for years I attended the Polish Festival, Oktoberfest in Portland at the St. Stanislaus Catholic Church. And I was allowed to give a talk explaining how the Polish soldiers had saved my life. And then I later had this plaque made, which is done on a single piece of ponderosa pine by a friend of mine, and it's a replica of the memorial at the Polish cemetery and casino, where 11,000 Polish soldiers are buried. I don't know whether you can read it or not, but the wording, we Polish soldiers have given our bodies to Italy, our hearts to Poland, and our souls to God for our own and other people's freedom. And those words have always left me very humble. I presented the 27th day of September 1998. And it's now mounted on a wall in the general purpose room downstairs at the church, St. Stanislaus Catholic Church. So I've been honored there. Okay, next one. Okay, now this is the ducky poo. And I have to explain the number. That's the crew chief on the left. His name is Red Holland. He was from Tennessee, and he was pretty crusty. His assistant on the right, and he named his plane after his wife's pet name, and it was Ducky Poo. He never would explain how he came to that name, but he certainly was proud of it. He painted it on the airplane. So 197 was the Ducky Poo, and that was our dicer. I think she was a P-38F that came from North Africa. She was a derelict, and the crews fixed her up and put more powerful engines in her. And we stripped everything out of it. No armor plate, no guns, no nothing, just one camera shooting a right of light over on this far side, and that was our dicer. And people always ask, well, how fast would it go? And I can only answer that by saying, it all depends how scared you were. Red, when I came back from my first mission, which I did successfully, he accused me of bending the throttle handles. And I explained to him that I was doing my best to push the airplane a little faster, but he understood. Anyhow, he passed away shortly after he got home. On an airplane. Okay, this is my mission. The two missions. The first one came out here one past Elba, Pielavila Point, here over the marina of Cecina, which is my checkpoint. First mission, I flew into Florence on the deck, dodging trees and staying below German radar. And then I flew the Arno River out to Pisa and cut off the cameras. Well, I ran out of film. And but I got flak, heavy flak at Pisa. And once again, I think I bent the handles on the throttle, because when you see bursts of flak right off your tail, you do everything you can to go a little faster. Then my next mission, the same thing, and I got up here. That's where I found a bunch of trees in that meadow that weren't there 4 days before, and that's where they shot my butt off. Here's the little village of Guadalistado that I was hidden nearby, and okay. Then let's see, what's the next film? Well, okay, this gives is a sketch I made of my escape route. That night I landed here on the beach, just south of the marina. I had to cross a canal. Here was the farmhouse. I detoured that when I heard the dogs barking. Here's the main highway. I crawled up the ditch and eventually crawled across, and I got away. So the ornamental gateway where I